Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois and welcome back to Stoneblock. In the last episode, we were working with Applied Energistics and trying to get, well, pretty much all of these quests done in the storage section. And, well, we needed a bunch of processors. So, between episodes, that's kind of what I did. I also farmed a bunch of nether stars, which we'll get to later. We're going to do a lot of things today, hopefully. So one thing I should note is I made enough processors, so I have them in my inventory currently, to get both the 64K ME storage cell and the 16K storage component we need for the security terminal. I did not make all of the logic processes that we're going to need. That we're going to do kind of as we go because this thing is actually pretty quick. And I'm not going to get too in-depth in what all Applied Energistics is and does. We're not going to be messing with it too much in this episode, or this series rather. And so it's not really that big of a deal to kind of just fly through this and get the rewards. So that's kind of what we're going to do. So first things first, we need to make the ME storage cells. And to do that, we're going to have to go kill these Endermen. First things first. Always start with that. So in order to get these storage cells, first thing we need to do is make all of these processors. Now, hopefully I have enough Certus quartz. I did go look in the mining dimension. I said I was going to go mine for it, and, well, turns out it's not in there. At least not that I can find. There is no Certus quartz or in the mining dimension. However, we are getting it from our lasers, so that is a thing. So we need a bunch of 1K storage cells, which we just got. Next, we have to get the 4Ks. And this one ME storage cell we're going to be using for the crafting storage. So we'll get to that in a little bit. So there is the 4K. And I think we need more quartz glass. No, yeah, quartz glass. So that is fine. We can make a bunch of that. And then we should be able to make the rest of the 4Ks. Alright, and then next up is the 16Ks, which actually require glowstone rather than redstone. So we should have 4 of those. And I messed up. Before we do anything else, we're going to have to make another 4K storage cell. I messed up. Whoops. I was supposed to be crafting these as I go. So we're going to have to make another 4K storage cell. That is just going to be 3 of these, and 1 of these, and 4 of these, and 4 of these. We're going to need calculation, logic, and not silicon. We're not going to need the silicon press. So logic. This is pretty quick, so it's not that big of a deal, like I said. But it is a little bit annoying. And we should be able to make these pretty quickly. I completely forgot I was supposed to be putting the storage housings. So we'll deal with that in a second. Now I don't know if we have enough stuff for this, for the 1Ks. So hopefully we do. Okay. We can't get rid of that. So with the calculation processor, we should be able to make the 4K storage. So that is pretty simple, straightforward. We get the 4K, complete the quest, and then we just pop it out of the storage component, make the 16. Luckily we needed the extra 16K. Pop it out, and then the 64. So that should be those quests all done. And those are some of the harder quests to do, so not too bad. Alright, we'll put that in there for now. And we can put that in there as well. So, next up on the list of things to make, we are going to need to make... Let's go ahead and do all of the auto-crafting stuff. So that would be this set of things. We're going to need Emmy interfaces, molecular assemblers, all of this type of stuff. And they're going to require these formation cores, which require more logic processors. So we're going to need Probably at least 4. So let's get that going. And then we can make all this other stuff. So we're going to need the Emmy interface, which is going to require formation cores. And in order to get that, we are going to need a little bit of fluix dust. So 1, 2, 3, 4 should be enough. Let's head downstairs. Pulverize this up. And then, yeah, we should be able to get everything going. So we'll just get this crafting, and we'll go ahead and make, we're always going to need silicon molds, but I don't want to waste stuff because, actually, you know, there's no reason. But let's just start with like 16, and we'll go from there. So we're going to need some other circuits. I know this for a fact, just because I know some of the things we need to make, and I know some of the recipes we're going to need. But yeah, we're going to need a lot of things. So we need to make a formation core for the Emmy interface. We're going to need formation core. It always gives you 2. And then annihilation core, which the only difference between those is one requires Surges quartz, the other requires nether quartz. And they both require fluix dust and a logic processor. So we'll make the interface. There's that. We'll make the molecular assembler. There's that. And what's next? We need to make a crafting unit. So that's 2 calculation, 1 logic. So that is pretty straightforward. So we're just going to need, let's just get these in our inventory for now. So we are going to need calculation, 2 of those. Gonna need the redstone, diamonds. We do have a little bit more Surges quartz. I kind of forgot about that in there, but that's fine. And then we're also gonna need the pattern terminal, which is gonna require an engineering, another calculation. Just get another one of those. And then some more formation cores. So we'll worry about the rest of those in a moment. But we need 2 of these guys. And then we should be able to make the crafting unit. We need some cables. Fluix cable. We just need 1 of these. And then we should be able to make the crafting unit. And then we just combine that with our 1K storage. And there is the crafting storage. So that is completed. So we can put most of the stuff away for now. And next up is the pattern terminal. We're going to need a engineering press, 1 of those guys. And so we can get rid of that. Then we're going to need 3 logic processors. So we need 2 more. And that should be pretty much everything for right now. So first thing we need to do, we need to make illumination things, which is just quartz glass with some glowstone, redstone, all that kind of fun stuff. We're going to need 1 of these to be an annihilation core. I want to take those cores back. And then we're going to need another one to be a formation core. And that should be everything we need for this set of quests. So there is the ME terminal. And then the ME terminal turns into a crafting terminal. And then to a pattern terminal. So that is that quest. So all that stuff, like I said in the last episode, is to do auto crafting. Don't care about it because we already have an auto crafting set up. And Enderman. Always kill the Enderman. I wish I could prevent those guys from spawning and like going everywhere on my base, but for whatever reason, they just don't like to listen to the rules of no teleportation allowed. Anyways, so with that, the only quest we have left is the security terminal set of stuff. So the security stuff. For this, we're going to need, it looked like another engineering. And we're going to need another Emmy terminal, so that's going to be some more logic. We can get rid of the pattern terminal. Okay, so we're going to need, what, one more logic, I think, for right now. So we'll get this going. And then we should be able to take care of all this stuff. So first of all, let's get the Emmy Chest. So we need an Emmy terminal, which is pretty easy. Then we can use that to make an Emmy Chest, which is just some cables. If you're not familiar with the Emmy Chest, so this is kind of advanced. The first kind of step that you're supposed to use is an Emmy Chest. We can put it down for just a second. This guy, we can put a storage drive in here, and you can see it there, and then you can look at the stuff, the storage on that disk in the chest. So that's kind of the whole point of it. The next step is called a power acceptor. Power acceptor. I wasn't going to get too much into this. Let's see, applied. What is it called? Energy acceptor. This thing allows you to power your machines and stuff with RF power and all that kind of stuff. But this thing is more complicated because of channels, and channels are complex things that I'm not going to get into. But basically, there's a lot of steps that we're skipping over because, again, we don't really care about this stuff. We're going to make it and then never actually use it. So we need another cable. Can I make okay, I can make one more. And then that should be the security terminal. So that is a quest. Next, we need a wireless terminal and a wireless access point. So this is similar to our wireless grid, but not. And so wireless access point, we're going to need a calculation processor. For this guy, we're going to need another Emmy terminal. So we need 3 more of those. We're going to need dense energy cells, so we're going to need another one of those. So we need 2 calculation processors. And most of the rest of the stuff is pretty straightforward. We're going to probably have to go downstairs and make a couple of things and all that kind of fun stuff. But for the most part, this shouldn't be too bad to make. So let's start working on this guy. So we're going to need a wireless receiver, so we're going to need a Fluix Pearl. And that's where we're going to need some grinded up stuff. So sag mill, we need 4 there. That is so quick. And that gets us a Fluix Pearl. And then we can make the quartz fiber. And then we can make the wireless receiver, which will allow us to make the wireless access point. And then for the terminal thing, we're going to need another wireless receiver. Alright, let's get some more. Oof, we do not have much more of this stuff. So we're going to need to make more Fluix crystals, which is not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and put some stuff away. We're going to take that out. We're going to put that away. We're going to put that away. Let's clean up the inventory just a little bit. So all the loot chests, as you can see, I have 30 nether stars. It's nice. So we're going to want some nether quartz. Let's just get a stack. Charged Surges Quartz, we have ore. Enrichment Chamber is the best. I don't know why I turned around. I fixed that problem earlier, and it didn't seem to make too much difference to me. Let's get a stack of redstone. This will give us 2 stacks of flux crystals, which you guys have seen this before, but basically just the charged Surges Quartz. If we can get all of that coming in, will give us what we need. So we're going to need a bunch of dense energy cells, which is why we're going to make this stuff. And that requires Surges Quartz and quartz glass. Ugh. So hopefully we have enough. That is a little bit of a concern. I guess while we're kind of waiting for this, we do need to make another one of these guys. And we're going to need to make another terminal. So we're going to need an Annihilation Core and a... Oops, wrong thing. Formation Core. We should be able to make terminal from that. If we go up and grab the screen. Just going to put those in there for now. We might need them in a little bit, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, so there's the terminal. Charged Surges Quartz, we have a stack of them. Let's go over to our water and just throw this stuff in here. And that will give us 2 stacks of flux crystals. And we're going to take, let's see, we're going to need 8 of these things, which is half a stack. So let's just grind up a full stack. And once we get half a stack-ish, okay, we have plenty. Let's just get them all. Then we can make everything else. So, wireless receiver. We just need the Flux Pearl, which again is not too bad to make. And then we're going to need the dense energy cell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, we need one more set of glass, which means we need some quartz ground up. And that is nice and quick. That's good. Doesn't matter too much to me how much we get, so long as it's enough to make what we need to make. So there's that. The last one of those. And then with the dense energy cell, we should be able to make... Oh, I didn't make the receiver. There's the wireless receiver, and there is the wireless terminal. Cool. So that charged, unfortunately, from our flux capacitor. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. There's got to be a way to uncharge it. Charge. I know there is some things that do things that's kind of interesting. Can we put that in there? Draw power from it? No, of course not. Oh man, this is unfortunate because we have this thing. We just made that, but we need to uncharge it. And so that is kind of annoying. It's got to be a way. Let's see. Is there anything... Oh, how do we want to do this? There's got to be a way. So we need the unlinked. We need it to have 0 energy. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can set things in the better questing book to take whatever charge it is, but we need to draw out the charge somehow. I'm going to put that upstairs because it's more useful up there. And if we can take the charge out of this, then we'll be fine. But if we can't, then we either have to craft another one or do something like that. Now, I do have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. So I'm just kind of looking and seeing what we have in our system that might help. Unfortunately, I don't think we have anything that will actually do what I want it to do. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Because the only other way to kind of do anything with that is to use it up. So let's try this. We're going to make a capacitor bank. I don't think we have capacitor banks. Nope, not at all. So we're going to need 4 capacitors, which the system knows how to make. And that's nice and easy. And then we make a basic capacitor. We're going to set this basic capacitor down, and we can't do anything with that. So can we make another one? So let's make 4 more of those. We'll make another one. And then make a double layer capacitor. We're missing a coal. That is simple enough to kind of deal with. And let's get a double layer capacitor. We're going to make a full capacitor bank because this might actually let us... Nope. Let's see. What is another way? There is chargers, wired chargers. How bad is that to make? That is kind of annoying. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get rid of this power. Draconic Evolution has a charging thing, but I don't think that'll help us. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but I guess what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put this in here. I'll look into how to uncharge that, if there is a way. And if there is, we will do that next time, I guess. Let's move on to some other things that we can do today. So... let's get most of that stuff up there. Flux dust can go actually back into the system. Same with redstone. So, we'll worry about the rest of that stuff later. Once I can figure out, I'll figure out some way to uncharge it, or else what I might have to do is probably either remake it, or I'll probably remake it if I can't figure out anything. Let's go ahead and grab that, but I'm going to put that in here until we need it. So we have some loot chests. Let's go ahead and open these. Why not? Adrenaline, punji sticks. Ooh, Draconic Cores. That is actually a quest, and we're going to probably use those. Glowstone ingots and speed upgrades. Okay. So first things first. We just got a quest in the Draconic Evolution, but we're going to go to the main quest line because I want to make the extreme crafting table, and man, we still need a lot more cobblestone to get to the deep dark. I'm going to bet that the deep dark actually does have the things we need for getting Certus quartz and like some of the ores that we are missing. So we're going to make the extreme crafting table, and I'm going to teach the system how to make diamond lattices, which are pretty expensive, and the crystal matrix ingots. Now, once it has both of those in here, we're going to immediately tell it to make some. And we need 15 crystal matrix ingots. So can it do that? Sure can. We have exactly enough nether stars. It's like I counted or something. Okay, so while that's doing that, we're going to need a double compressed crafting table. So we're going to need crafting tables times 81. So we're going to need, what, like 9? Let's take those out. We're going to need 9. Why is that not liking me right now? Do I have some, like, 4 oak wood planks? I don't know why that's not working. Can I craft anything else? Let's see. Sorting. Only craftables. Make me a chest. Huh. Okay, so for whatever reason, it just does not like this pattern. See if that fixed it. I want 9 of these. Huh, okay. Well, whatever. Let's get, like, a bunch of crafting tables. That was a lag spike. Why does it not like... It just does not like crafting tables today. Alright, so we're going to need 81 crafting tables. And so let's get like 1,000 wood. We have so much wood just kind of sitting around doing nothing. So it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so there is 61. We just need 20 more. Perfect. And we're going to use these to make compressed crafting tables. And then we're going to use those to make double compressed crafting tables. And then we're going to get our crystal matrix ingots. And we're going to just go ahead and craft up the extreme crafting table. So this thing is extreme. It's actually really cool. And it's going to allow us to get into Avaritia, which is what I call it because I don't know how to pronounce it. It's that mod. And what we're going to do, I think... Oh man, I'm going to regret this. Let's get things kind of... Let's first of all break you. And then... we can take most of that stuff out. And what I'm going to do is just break this chest. We're going to put this crafting table in that corner. And then up here in the farms, eventually I want to put the hopping bonsais up here permanently. And kind of decide what all plants we want to farm. So that might be something we do sooner rather than later. And then we'll just hook up a storage drawer system and have a lot of storage for like just wood and stuff like that. So, alright, we have this extreme crafting table. The next thing we need to do is make a Neutron Collector. And this is actually pretty straightforward. We need a bunch of quartz, we need a bunch of iron blocks, and we need a bunch of redstone blocks. So let's get like a bunch of iron blocks, bunch of redstone blocks, and quartz blocks. So we cannot shift click this. So we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. It looks like 5 rows of those. We're going to need 4, 1, something like this. Of iron. These crystal matrix ingots go around the side, and then there's one in the dead center. And we have a circle like so. And there is the Neutron Collector. Cool. So these things are really expensive. You'll need this to make the infinite ingots, ingos. That is a little bit of a spelling mistake. To make Avaritia items later. You'll need a lot of it. Yes, you will need a lot of Neutron Collectors. Because everything from here on out is going to get super expensive. So we're just going to put this thing, for now, right here. And progress. I want to see something. That does work. Awesome. So we can use our bottle of time to speed this up. But as you can see, it's really slow. And then it makes a pile of neutrons. That's it. So eventually we're going to need to get a lot of those. But I want to just make a, get that started. This will kind of do its thing in the background. And we'll worry about things later. So what we can do I have a compacting drawer? No, of course not. So let's get a compacting drawer. We're going to need 2 pistons. And then we're going to get a conduit. We're just going to put this right here. Extract, always active. Insert. And there we go. So this will just kind of stay here. And then eventually we'll get neutronium ingots. Now if we can get 4 of those, we can make neutronium seeds. And those require a neutronium crux, which is something we'll have to make at some point. I don't know why I never put that there, because I don't think we have one up here, do we? I don't believe so. No, we have the dragon egg and the awakened draconium. Not the neutronium. So, and then that will... Actually, I've never looked. What does the seeds actually give you? Neutronium essence, and it gives you... Oh, nuggets. Okay, that's horrible. Oh, man, that is going to be so bad. It's going to take so long through that. But it will help. It'll help immensely, because that thing is slow. Yeah. It's like a couple percent every 30 probably about every 10-15 seconds. So that's awful. Alright, so let's go ahead and open these loot chests. More bacon. And some cosmetics. Okay, cool. So the last thing we're going to do today is we're going to start making the fusion crafting from Draconic Evolution. Now, I cleaned out an area over here. This was where all of our farm stuff was. I think this is where we'll put Draconic Evolution stuff, the few things we need. Also, Avaritia loves to not render properly. It should be animated as well, but I have that mod disabled, I believe, or something. I don't remember exactly why it's not working like it should. But we're going to make the fusion crafting stuff. So we need a basic fusion crafting injector and a fusion crafting core. Now these should be pretty easy, but before we do anything, I want to teach the system how to make a couple of things. So one, should probably know how to make draconium from nuggets. I don't believe that is something we've already taught the system. The next thing it should probably know how to make is Draconic Cores, which are pretty straightforward and easy. So we have a few Draconic Cores, which is cool. But we're going to need to make a Draconic Fusion Crafting core. Wrong thing. And we're going to need the lapis blocks, which we have plenty of lapis. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Crafting core, there we go. And then we're also going to need basic crafting injectors. Now that is something we might want to teach the system. I'm not going to be making enough of them that it matters. So it's just some stone, iron, diamonds, and a draconic core. We're going to make one for now. And we're going to go ahead and claim that. So to make the next tier, we need to level these up. In order to level them up, we have to set it up. So how does this Draconic Evolution crafting work? Well, it's pretty simple. You have your core and your injectors. The injectors is what you give power, and the core is what actually does the crafting. Now these things take a lot of power. For example, to get the Wyvern tier, it requires 250,000 RF each. That's a lot. That's a lot more than what we're capable of right now. In fact, if we look, you know, we could make that. We have enough power, but we're not generating anywhere near that. And so we're going to probably want to wait around a little bit for all the Draconic Evolution stuff. But for example, once we get to the Draconic tier, we're going to need 6 once we want the chaotic, that's going to require 48 million just for one. Now these aren't super useful, but the tiers of the fusion crafting is what requires the crafting injectors. So for example, if it says tier basic, it needs the basic tier. If it's tier wyvern, it needs the wyvern tier or anything lower. There's not much that's chaotic. We are going to need 2 chaotic cores crafting injectors, it looks like, in order to get the Tome of Knowledge, which would be really nice. But if we had, let's say, 8 or 9 chaotic fusion crafting injectors, which I don't know why you'd do that, we could do Draconic level, we could do Wyvern level, we could do Basic level. It can do everything up until, like, it can do that tier and everything before it. So, yeah, energy condensers, we're going to want that stuff later. There's a lot of really good things that we're going to need. So something I'm going to look into, we're going to need those, aren't we? Hold on. Power generation, no. Okay, it doesn't look like we do. We'll kind of see, but let's go ahead and get this quest claimed. So what we'll have to kind of figure out is how many crafting injectors we need. So I'll kind of look at all of these things. We're going to need at least, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to need at least 10 Draconic level. And to upgrade stuff, it's not that bad. So, but we do need to have at least 2, 4, 6, 7 Wyvern tier. So before we can get, well, we need 8 Wyvern tier crafting injectors before we can upgrade to the Draconic level. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. Anyways, this episode I think has gone on long enough. We're going to go ahead and call it there. There is a lot of other things we could start working towards, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So we need to open the last of the loot boxes. We have more viaducts and, seriously, 464K storage. Alright, well, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. By the way, I've been working on the seeds. We have all of the crafting seeds for the tier 5. We'll need 4 of the tier 6, which is going to be super expensive. We'll worry about that probably a lot later. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. But yeah, so that is going to be it for this episode. I'm going to do a little bit of work off camera with calculations and that kind of stuff. And then next time, we'll get into something. I'm not entirely sure what we'll get into yet, but we'll figure it out. We have plenty of quests to do and plenty of things to do in general. So that is the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!